Good morning. Years ago, when I was first stationed in Reno, when I was first assigned here, I intervened in a pretty heated argument between two youth ministers. And one youth minister was very angry with the other because he had not shown up for the Right to Life rally and therefore the walk that went on, that was going to go on, or that does go on every year. And the other youth minister was saying, well, he actually that day had been feeding the poor. He'd joined one of the service ministries at the local parish and felt more moved to go to that than to the other. And the youth minister who was so angry said that this issue of respecting life is of primary importance in the church, and the other guy should let the other things go and join the Respect Life March. And I intervened and said, really, both can be done. It's not one or the other. And in fact, because you both feel passionate about two different ways of serving and of bringing awareness to the world of the needs of the people of God, you're both doing great work. So it's not a competition. Which one of these issues is more pressing than the other? Rather, both can be done by passionate people, and therefore twice as much ministry takes place because you're spreading out the goodness with different people passionate about different service. Well, I haven't been all that great in taking my own advice during this past year. A friend of mine posted a blog by a pastor from in Oregon, Nadia Bolz-Weber. And if you've ever read her stuff, she cuts to the chase. She's really insightful, and I really appreciate her reflections and comments on things. And she said that a friend of hers told her years ago there were 3 standards by which she lives. The first one: what is mine to do, and what is mine not to do? The second one: what is mine to say, and what is mine not to say? And the third one, perhaps the hardest: what is mine to care about, and what is mine not to care about? Now, it doesn't mean we don't care, right? It just means we need to weigh priorities. And this story about the 2 youth ministers dividing their energies and conquering 2 areas of need was just as valuable to me. What is mine to care about or not? This past year has been ridiculous in all of our lives. We have not been made to undergo that kind of stress for that long. The adrenaline in our bodies has almost short-circuited our brains to where it's really hard to concentrate. I have a friend who just can't break into a book anymore, and she's an avid reader. Even reading the magazines and the newspapers is a stressful thing for her because it's all the same and she can't do anything about it. It's overwhelming what we're facing in our world, and we're still dealing with COVID and all the complications that go with that. I think the key here is, and Nadia Bolz-Weber uses this example herself, she talks about the world being on fire, which it literally is here in the West. I'm not on a walk again with the dog because I can't breathe here in Reno. The world on fire, and we've been given a bucket of water to put out the fire. The world is burning, and there's a limited amount of water in the bucket. So what I choose to apply that water to, I must choose carefully, because I've only got so much. I can't put out every fire that's out there. And I've got to leave a little bit for myself, or I could get burned and be of no use to anyone else. Lots to think about today. We've been given this one bucket. Honor what you possess and what you're able to do with your life. Pick and choose and cut the rest loose, knowing that there's somebody else who's passionate about what you cannot do right now in your own life. Give yourself permission to put out one fire. That's really hard for us, especially those of us who care deeply about others. And yet there's such lived wisdom here. We're going to burn ourselves. And then we lean on the grace of God to help put out all the fires, literal, emotional, that we can't. Be careful. Be kind to yourself.